everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob. And we're chugging her along on this S10. And I'm just going through here right now. I've got all this stuff, making plans of what I'm going to do. Having my Trump coffee. And I figured I'd take a break and bring you guys along for the ride. I'm getting ready to do some changing here. Let me put you guys down here so you guys can see. What I plan to do is remove this completely. It was a stupid idea when they made it. It's a stupid idea for it to be on my truck. So I'm going to eliminate it. We're going to get rid of it completely. I wish I could get rid of all of it. But I am going to get rid of this. And I'm going to get me a proportioning valve. PV2 proportioning valve. And we're going to change that. And I'm going to mount it right here, I think. The good thing is when they replaced these two front lines, they put way more on it than they needed to because they didn't want to cut it, I guess, or couldn't cut it. So they routed it like that. But right now I'm just trying to get everything so that it'll stay over here out of my way. And it might be better to go around this way. Don't want to kink that thing too hard. And I'm just trying to route all these wires down out of here and hoses and stuff and get it to where it's a clear area where I can just start with a paintbrush. We'll leave that connected. We'll just rough that up in there. It needs to be cleaned. So I got all this up here clean. There's a little bit here I got to clean yet, right here. But some of these wires are going to be unplugged entirely. And we got our cable here, so I want to get it up here out of the way. That goes to the hood release. Alright, so then we got this wire here. That goes to looks to me like it goes to the front rear end. So where does that come from? It's coming out of that wiring harness there, going back into here. And then there, I don't know where it goes. It could be going here, it could be going here. So I don't know what that goes to. I'll probably know before this video is, before you're done watching this, before I even get in the house to edit. So I'm just going to unplug that. Just remember that's the one that I need to put it back to. So I can get that out of the way. There's one of these damn zip ties on here that needs to be removed. Alright. So now we'll take this and just lay it down there in the bottom, and when we get ready to use it, we'll go back up there. Now a lot of this stuff I'm not going to be able to get until I get the engine out, but I can do some of the stuff around it and clear some of this stuff out of the way. So I'm going to have to search some of my buddies and see if they got any proportioning valves. I already tried to see if one of them did, but he didn't have any. He has the same truck, same stuff. So they don't have a proportioning valve. The proportioning valve on this is right here. But I don't think it can be modified to work like a regular proportioning valve. So best just go get the right one and be done with it. And we're gonna make this old school brakes. Fuck ABS. I just don't like ABS. You know, there's probably 12 pounds worth of freaking metal there. Aluminum. So we're going to eliminate a lot of this stuff, and then that leaves us with this box. This one has got to be there. It's the fuse panel. So we can mount it where it was, and it'll be easy to access around it. So, but right here is a good spot to reach down in there to get something. And when this is all plugged up with all this bullshit, then you have to have 50 people helping you work. One down here on the ground and one up here and doing the same thing. So then you have to get down in here. Now you can get in here now because the inner fender's off, but it opens up a little bit underneath here, but there's a lot of shit in the way. What the hell's that go to? It goes to that right there. I don't know what the hell that is. Don't say. But it's red, whatever it is. This one's green. That one's black, and this one's white. So got all the colors covered except for, well, now you got all the colors covered. Alright, so these are loose, so we can get them up out of the way over here somewhere. You don't want to leave these like this very long because you still want these things to naturally go where they're supposed to go. A lot of times that'll tell you if you're got the right plug. So you just do a process of elimination. And what's this one here? This one, I'm wondering if I can bring it from over there this way. Or can I work around it? So if I get rid of the ABS, I can go ahead and take these sensors out too, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe that sensor on the wheel was no longer necessary because that's what tells the ABS what to do. So if I don't have this, then I don't need nothing telling it what to do because it ain't there no more. It does what it wants to do. So yeah, I believe I can eliminate them too. That'd take that damn wire out of the mix and it'd make it look a whole lot cleaner. So, but I'm just gonna wire brush all this stuff here and oh, and another interesting thing about this vehicle, I did a VIN number lookup on this thing last night. I paid $1 to frickin' look at the history of this vehicle. And it had the year right. It had the S10 Chevrolet, and said it was a 4.3 overhead valve, which it is. Four-wheel drive, which it is. But then it said 5-speed manual for the transmission. I can prove that to be wrong. Automatic on the column, if you can see that, and push button 4-wheel drive. And it's dark in here. I was scared. Wasn't you scared? That scared me to death getting in there. Dark. So we cleaned up some more parts for the front clip, and it's laying right here. So we got all these parts cleaned up too. Got them just loosely mounted on there until I'm ready to install it, because then I got to do a bunch of adjustments. So I figured I'd just leave them all loose. That way, if any place that the paint might have not been cured enough, air can get in between it and dry it. Sometimes I get impatient and put stuff together while they're painted or while they're fresh. Well, not fresh, but impatient. So I guess the next thing I'm going to do, once I get all these wires and stuff out of the way, we should be good to go. Because I'm taking the motor out. I can take the motor mounts, I can refurbish them, make them look like brand new ones, just like I did the front bushings. They look like they're in pretty good shape, so they don't look broke. So just got all these lines we got to deal with. I got that power steering because I don't want to take it out of line. I don't want to disconnect it, but I have a funny feeling I'm going to end up doing that anyway. Because if I'm going to do all this work on this frame, getting down here with a wire brush and wire wheels and sandpaper and toothbrushes and gasoline, and then not clean these up. But we'll see what it looks like when we, I'm hoping that all I have to do is just clean it up, because it actually looks worse than it really is. Gasoline's been cleaning this thing up pretty nice. So this part up here is aluminum, and I haven't decided what I wanted to do about that. I'm going to wire wheel it, and depending on how nice it looks, I may mask that off and paint the power steering box, or the steering box, separate. So, and I'm not taking the steering box off. No, sir. There's going to be places on this frame that ain't going to have paint on it because you can't get behind it. I'm not taking that off. I've already went more deeper than I wanted to, and this is it's starting to turn into a damn full restoration. And I don't have the energy for that, guys. But you know, I was just sitting here looking. I bet you these mounts can also work on any of these other mounts. So if I get in here and find out some of these mounts are busted or something, of course that one there looks like it's a little bit bigger than this one. But we'll see. It looks pretty solid there, so we'll see when I get underneath there. I still got to get underneath here and clean some of the firewall. And we're probably going to do some black paint on the bottom part here. I'll show you what I mean. Once I get down into here, you know, these rust places, you see how nice it is here, and it's that way all the way up to here in this little area. So what I can do, I can just mask this off up here and just paint starting here in this groove and paint that hole underneath right there up to where the rust starts, which is, you know, right up in there. But if I do it right, I can just make this the black come up here and then just roll up here and then up here and around here and around to this and paint all that black and this. I got to fix that yet. I'm not sure how I want to do that. it had a welded plate in it, so I'm probably going to have to make another plate, weld it in there, and drill and tap it for the right size, and put it on this side over here. But I'd kind of like to make it screw in, and I may be able to make that happen, or rivet in anyway. I don't know how I'm going to address this. This here needs to be flattened back out. This needs to be flattened back out. This needs to be straightened. So we got to do all that. And I'm just going to wire brush all this stuff, and then we'll mask it off. But I'm probably not going to do it on video because it's a lot of work there. So I got to get it on jacks and or jack stand or something, so I can get this wheel out of my way, and that will open all that up for me to just get in there and clean and clean and clean everything that I can see and can reach without the motor out. So I just got to get my stuff together here. I don't know what I have to work with. I need some big blocks. So I got some, but I don't know if we're going to be tall enough. I got some jack stands, but I guess I'm not really banging and pushing on it, so jack stand might work fine. So I'm going to get that started, and you guys can watch me work. I'm using Die Hard 6,000 pound. You see that? so now that's good. Just got to wire a wheel up in there a little bit. But I think that's about done with this video for now. I just want to get it to where I just got little stuff to clean up. And then once I've got all them areas where I can get from this side, I'm just going to gas them down and clean the dryness off of it and the dust, and just spray some paint on it. I'm going to mess the paint up because I got the other side to do, but I don't want to leave this bare for very long. So there's going to be several coats of paint put on this by the time I'm said and done. And I may have to go gloss. I mean, the frame looks good enough that it could be gloss, but in the areas where it wouldn't look so good, it would stick out like a sore thumb. So flat black actually hides imperfections that you couldn't get to or could do very little to, you know, in them areas. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.